Since I knew nothing about being cool, I decided to consult with the coolest guy I knew to find out his secrets.
What do you think makes a guy cool?
Cool? Man, nothing makes you cool. You either cool or you not.
Yo, how's it going everybody? Ray here. Today I'm going to be talking about the base jumper, and this isn't so much of a review as it is just my honest thoughts on the weapon. Now, is cool the first word that you think of when you think about the base jumper? Honestly, that's not the case for me, and I'm not saying it's not a cool weapon, I don't want to go there. But the base jumper, or at least to me, stands for basically another shitty equip. Naturally, I guess I'd begin by asking you, would you risk your own image as a soldier? Would you risk not being seen as someone that's viable to your team and that can actually take people out? You can see right here with the direct hit, I have no problem taking these guys out. And I'm not saying this to bash on the base jumper, but from my experience and from what I've seen with it, it is so much easier to be an offensive soldier when you have the gunboats equipped. Honestly, in my opinion, the base jumper brands itself as a weapon that can get you to places that you'd otherwise never been able to reach without it. Sure, you could probably use the gunboats, but does it really get you the same effect, especially when you're trying to market gardener someone? Honestly, the base jumper is pretty much intended to be used with the airstrike, but since pretty much nobody uses that weapon anymore, I'm gonna leave it out of here. In a situation where you'd be using the base jumper in conjunction with the market gardener, which I assume is what you're trying to achieve, I definitely agree that it could be a really good offensive tactic, as much as it is sort of a laid back one where your team could perceive you as a teammate that maybe isn't helping out the situation the best you could, but hey, at least you're getting the surprise market gardener attacks and you can still be an asset to your team. But you know what, let's face it, if market gardening is the only thing you're trying to achieve, I don't see why the base jumper wouldn't necessarily be the best thing to use, because you can still do that with the rocket launcher. Sure, it makes it easier to accomplish, but is damage trade-off something you really want to switch for using the base jumper? Then again, you know what, I'm not actually the most educational person, but if your goal is to piss off people, I'd show you why the rocket jumper is a good combination with the base jumper. So you know what, just follow me, I'll walk you through some examples.
Nah, man, that ain't it. Look, the collar, that's right. This collar popped up, man. All right, now try again.
If you're looking to quitting your days as a spawn camping soldier on Cold Front, then this is probably what you're gonna want to be paying attention to. Even though you do have to give up your shotgun and your gunboats to use the base jumper, the satisfaction can be pretty high, where you can notice I'm just chilling here, just waiting for the opponent to come out of spawn. I'm not even worried, because as soon as they do come out, I can jump into action right away. I got my parachute, I got my mobility, and you can see right here, getting these 2 kills, super satisfying. They don't even know what hit them, and I can just get out of there scot-free. At the same time, I know I'm no seagull, but if you know me and you know that I'm a sniper main, I love targeting people, and that's what the base jumper allows you to do. If you see a sniper out there in the corner, no problem, got that very laggy market gardener on him, but hey, at least I was able to get him, and at least I was able to clear the way for the rest of my team to defend the point. And don't even think about telling me that the base jumper is a useless weapon, because I'm about to debunk that right now. You can see here, being under attack on the last point, who are you going to call? You're going to call the Rayman, and I'm going to get him, I'm going to get the market gardener, and I'm going to feel good about it, because hey, at least our team was able to defend it for just a little while longer. But don't think about getting too cocky about it either, because sentries, they exist, and they're probably going to kill you. All jokes aside though, even though you do become a very easy target for people, with the base jumper some ridiculous things can happen. Like you could just get pushed by a projectile and still get the market gardener and still feel good about it. You can surprise people, go through windows, I just love doing that on Upward, and hey, at least you're still going to be able to help out somehow, and honestly, at the end of the day, that's a victory for me. With that being said, as wonky as some of the base jumper mechanics are, I still had a lot of fun using it in both MGE and in a pub, and there are actual holes in the parachute. How does that even work, Valve? I don't know, and I don't question it, but I had a lot of fun. It's a good weapon. It can be a shitty equip sometimes when you do want to get those Ubers and be an offensive soldier, but hey, it's in the game and we might as well use it.
Your thing doesn't make any sense because you have holes in your parachute, yet you're somehow floating down like a feather. It doesn't even make any sense. Oh.
Oh, like that?
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Wait, stop. Go on the other side. Let's go.
Fight! You suck.
So with that being said, that pretty much concludes all I had to say and will ever say on the base jumper. Is it a viable weapon? Yeah, probably not in all situations. If you're taking the game seriously and you do actually want to win, you probably should be using something better. Though I don't agree with you, Tyke. I think the base jumper doesn't necessarily make you an easy target, and I would say that it is in a lot of ways the training wheels to market gardening if that's something you want to get into, and if used properly, it could be a very lethal weapon. Stay tuned for more, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Peace.
I'm not gonna say that's a white rap because I always say that shit and the joke's getting a little old. So it's a Caucasian rap. That was really corny. That was actually terrible. Cut, 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 start over. Okay, that's a rap, people.